Number 9 Miss Chrom. Many said that she looks like Gabriel, one of the baddest looking characters in the game. But the question is, should we summon her or not? Today we will have a full review of number 9 Miss Chrom. We will talk about her profile, abilities, exclusive weapon, suggested builds, and I will give you my thoughts on every topic. Let's go to her profile. Miss Chrom is the executive of the crime syndicate Reservoir Snakes, where Arabelle and Elvira is also a member. Reservoir Snakes is an organization led by the great grandma. This is her full story. This is her hero information. Now let's go straight to her abilities. Miss Chrom has a party buff of crit hit chance plus 40%. She also has weapon skill regen speed plus 6%, skill damage plus 10%, plus 5% shield increase on battle start, and plus 5% attack increase on enemy kill for 10 seconds. Her party buff is very good in DPS and can synergize with any team. Her additional buffs are good in exploration because of these on enemy kill buffs. Her normal attack is called Bullet Party. Inflicts damage to enemies by shooting randomly with a rifle. You may equip an additional rifle as a sub-weapon, but it doesn't apply to the default attack. Her attack has a wide range, and it can pass through walls and obstacles. The second rifle's DPS will turn to 0, but you still get the stats from it. We can check her stats difference in these pictures. Her chain skill is called Invisible Mine. It is injured to downed. Explodes planted landmines and inflicts 300% of DPS damage as AoE damage around the enemy. Because her chain skill is an AoE. It is very good at dealing with multiple enemies. Her special ability is called Adrenaline. When using party member skills and her own. Increased damage dealt by 30% and damage taken is reduced by 15% for 5 seconds. It is a good buff for DPS, especially in a guild raid. Now let's see her exclusive weapon. Her exclusive weapon is called Black Mamba. And it's an epic rifle. It is very rare to see a shield on battle start in a weapon's main options. Black Mamba's main options are focused on toughness stats. It has also a very interesting ability. On hit, deal 100% of DPS damage. Silences the target and prevents from using weapon skill for 2 seconds. Activates once every 5 seconds. Hidden Fang skill is added to Bullet Party. Hidden Fang. When used, she can use the weapon skill of the rifle on the sub-weapon slot. However, only 50% of damage will be dealt and 30% of the ailment will apply. When used, weapon skill regen time increases by 2 seconds. This extra skill is very good in guild raid. You can apply more ailment status to the raid boss, therefore you can proc chain skill much easier. Her weapon skill is called Viper Bite. It is level 5. It has an attack of 225% DPS and a regen time of 8.8 seconds. Launches exploding missiles to inflict damage and puts enemies in an injured state. Her weapon skill can pass through walls. It is good at kiting enemies. Collecting this weapon will grant you permanent attack stats plus 1%. Now let's go to our recommendation checklist. In this checklist, we will have 3 indicators. Green check for good, orange check for average, and red X for bad. Let's start with story mode. I think Miss Chrom is a very good choice in story mode. First, she has a passive skill of silence. She can interrupt enemies from casting skills. Second, her attack and skill can pass through walls. She can destroy those annoying caster enemies behind the walls. Third, I completed World 11 using only level 72 Miss Chrom without any limit break. So it's definitely a green check for story mode. Second is Guild Raid. I think she will be good at Guild Raid because of her Hidden Fang. She can apply more ailment status to the raid boss. It means you can proc your chain skills much easier. It is a green check for Guild Raid. Third is Expedition. I think she will be a good expedition hero. First, her normal attack has a wide range. Second, her chain skill deals AoE damage. Third, she can spam weapon skills because of her Hidden Fang. It's a green check for Expedition. Fourth is Colosseum. I think she is a good sub DPS in Colosseum against future Princess team. She is a basic element and she can delay the enemy's skills because of her silence passive. Don't use her as the main DPS in Colosseum because of her poor AI. It doesn't know how to timing Hidden Fang, resulting in poor ailment status application. It's an orange check for Colosseum. Last is Arena. I think she is also good in Arena, especially on 3 vs 3. You can enjoy her Hidden Fang and spam weapon skills on enemies. There's a quiet learning curve when using her in Arena. You need to timing her silence and Hidden Fang to utilize them. She can also gain more stats from weapons because she can wear a second rifle. So it's also a green check for Arena. Miss Chrom is an interesting character. She has skills and abilities that we have never seen before. She is the first hero who can wear 2 exclusive weapons. She is also the first hero that can achieve an 88% shield increase on battle start. It is too early to say for now whether she can be a meta character or not. I hope this checklist will help you to decide if you will summon her or not. Now let's go to the item build guide. Let's start with adventure build. For main weapon, use her exclusive weapon Black Mamba for her extra skill. For sub-weapon, use a second Black Mamba or use Genocide or Blue Rose for injury ailment status application. For accessory, you can start with Necklace of Blessings from the Amazon equipment shop. It is only 22,000 gold. It will give you toughness for survivability. You can upgrade to these high toughness accessories for higher level enemies. For cards, if you are a new player, you can start with these 2 cards in the Amazon equipment shop for only 60,000 gold each. It is 1 attack card and 1 defense card. You can use 2 defense cards to boss enemies. You can also use on enemy kill cards when fighting multiple enemies. For merch, use Idolive a light stick for additional toughness and basic element damage. For relic, use Guidance of Truth set for defense party buff. The next build is for guild raid. For main weapon, use her exclusive weapon Black Mamba for her extra skill. For sub-weapon, use a second Black Mamba or use Genocide or Blue Rose for injury ailment status application. For accessories, use Sharpshooter for high DPS stats. You can upgrade to Sniper Goggles or Minotaur's Necklace for the endgame build. For cards, for the leader position, use 2 skill damage cards for high burst damage. For the member position, use 2 attack cards for the highest DPS output. For merch, use Idolive a light stick when fighting light element bosses. Switch to Mariel Cushion when fighting other element bosses. You can upgrade to Statue of Bravery and Invader Mothership for the endgame build. For relic, use Holy Vow or use the Eternal Unity set. The next build is for expedition. For main weapon, use her exclusive weapon Black Mamba for her extra skill. For sub-weapon, use a second Black Mamba or use Genocide or Blue Rose for injury ailment status application. For accessories, use Sharpshooter for high DPS stats. You can upgrade to Sniper Goggles or Minotaur's Necklace for the endgame build. For cards, for the leader position, use 2 skill damage cards for high burst damage. For the member position, use 2 attack cards for the highest DPS output. You can also use on enemy kill cards when fighting waves of enemies. For merch, use Idolive a light stick for basic damage and additional toughness. You can upgrade to the Statue of Bravery for more DPS. For relic, use Holy Vow or use the Eternal Unity set. The next build is for Colosseum. For main weapon, use her exclusive weapon Black Mamba for her extra skill. For sub-weapon, use a second Black Mamba or use Genocide or Blue Rose for injury ailment status application. For accessories, use Sharpshooter for high DPS stats. You can upgrade to Sniper Goggles or Minotaur's Necklace for the endgame build. For cards, for the leader position, use 2 skill damage cards for high burst damage. For the member position, use 2 attack cards for the highest DPS output. For merch, use Ogma plastic model for melting enemy tanks. You can also use the Statue of Bravery as an alternative. For relic, use Guidance of Truth set for defense party buff, make sure that has PvP stats. Last is the arena build. For main weapon, use her exclusive weapon Black Mamba for her extra skill. For sub-weapon, use a second Black Mamba or use Genocide or Blue Rose for injury ailment status application. For accessories, use Ring of Fortress for high toughness low budget build. You can upgrade to these accessories for later builds. For cards, use 2 defense cards for additional toughness. You can also use 1 injury negate card if you already have good toughness from accessories. For merch, use Smiley Face Cushion for more shield. You can also use Statue of Bravery if she's the first to fight and Invader Mothership if she's the last to fight. For relic, use any relic that has PvP damage or crit hit multiplier. Now it's time to see her in action.
싫어. 거짓말. 완성. 이걸로.
자, 비명 지를 시간이다. 좀 더 활약해보려. 좀 더 활약해보려. 자, 비명지를 시간이야. 자, 비명지를 시간이야. 자, 좀 더 활약해보려. 좀 더 활약해보려. 좀 더 활약해보려. 자, 비명지를 시간.
That's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe and see you on the next video.